Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have something really rare, hands-on. This is a Crompton Greaves Transair. This is a 1990's model. This is the first year of production of Transair. You can see it is used in a kitchen, and you can see the logo. I'll clean there. And apparently the fan does not work. So let me prove you. So guys, I'm gonna plug this into the series testing board. We'll see. So the fan is not working. It should actually spin. It's trying to spin, but it's not. So this, let me check the cover. This is too greased. Don't want to use my hand. So guys, as you can see, this has a new capacitor. So before this was uninstalled, the owner tried fixing it and it didn't work. So you can see the wires are melted. So that suggests a burnt winding. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to dismantle the fan and send it out for rewinding. And by the time the fan is back, I'll clean all its body parts. So guys, as you saw, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting the tear down. I'm going to remove this thing first. Full restoration. This is a rare model of Transair. So I'll see you when I remove the frame. Guys, I'm wearing gloves in nastiness. Let me put this nasty piece down. See, it's already getting stuck. You see how much dirt is that? That's cancer. Let me rip it out. So guys, I have got the blades of the Transair removed. As you can see, the removal mechanism is a bit different. The other Transairs, they just have one of these bolts, but this has two. One locks to the here and one locks here. So what I did is I unscrewed this totally to the end here, and then I used a wrench and unscrewed it, and I got it out. You can see the bearings are dry. It stops pretty fast. So full reconditioning is required. We'll get this to the best condition. Some fools, they even put the blades in reverse like this. I hate when people do it like that. It destroys the originality of the fan. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Now it's late night. Tomorrow I'm gonna clean. I'm not dismantling the fan. Why? Because these blades are arranged, the washers and everything are arranged in a sequence. That is a balance. So if I remove those, the balance would be lost. But I'll see if there is 2 or 3 washers or this. Yeah, there is some balance making on this side of the blades. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So guys, it's the next day here. I've started on with removing this plate and seeing the bearing condition. It doesn't look good, so I'm going to remove the other plates, tear the motor down and see. So guys, I removed the rest of the screws, 4 here, 4 on the other side, and I took this fan apart. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll start the cleaning, and let me remove the shaft also. So guys, I have toned down the motor. This is the lower portion. This is the upper portion with the winding. The winding is quite burnt. You can see at the last side, this back side, the pole is burnt. So it wasn't working. I'm gonna send this for rewinding once I clean it. And you can see all loads of grease, some black also. And then I have the rotor. The shaft is worn down there. That's where the bearing sits. It wore the shaft down. Everything is same. Technically, all exhaust are same. Just the difference stays. This is more stronger than the older the newer Transairs, technically stronger. So I'll start cleaning and I'll send this off for rewinding. So guys, off camera I started cleaning some stuff. I cleaned these plates, cleaned the covers, and this all is going to be repainted. I did try to degrease the bearing, but no use. It got degreased, but still a little bit of work is there in the bearing. I might see if I can find a replacement. If not, I'll use that. And the blades left, this motor is left. I'm gonna clean it and see you guys in a second. So guys, everything is cleaned including this motor. Yeah, this got scratched by accident. My friend has one Transair, so I'll take a picture of that, recreate the label. Now what I'm going to do is, as I'm sending this for rewinding, I'm going to be assembling it back. Let me assemble. So guys, I've assembled this much portion, this small part. I'll slide the shaft in, but before that, let's give a time lapse of assembling the fan. So guys, I got the hub and the blade separated. There are the bolts, and also I cleaned the hub a little bit just to remove some grease. Some of the grease down there is hard to remove. I'm going to start cleaning the blades. So guys, successfully cleaned all the blades, everything. Not as good, but that's all scratches. Previously someone had cleaned it, so it got rushed. So either this fan needs a repaint, and in here also you can see the steel wool, it's nasty. So I'm gonna be dropping off the motor at the rewinding shop, and we'll see. It's gonna cost 500 rewinding, too high, but have to cope up with it for a rare fan. So guys, it's been 3 days since the motor was gone to rewinding. It's back and the fan works as it should. Let me put the switch on. Let me show you the motor. There's some bearing noise. I asked them not to change the bearings. I'll show you inside the car. Okay, inside I got new connector. We used the old capacitor only. I said I have a new one, I'll fit that. So they're like, okay. And yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing is, today I'm gonna be repainting the whole fan. As you can see, since the day of cleaning, the blades are still there. Let's fix this fan back. So guys, as you know, the Transair had come back from rewinding, as I said, and in the meantime I had cleaned this frame. I could not clean it to my best, and the paint got old and still some grease is left, but when I spray the new coat of paint, everything should be fine. I'll show you all around. Yup, quite tough grease on the blades. And this was the worst. I ended up using three those steel wool. Still I got it clean. Silver, the one which I used for the GC gold line. So let me set everything up. And yeah, I need to tear this down again, just to finish the painting process. So let's get to work. So guys, everything is masked off and ready, ripped into pieces. And here I have the armature. It's in decent condition. You can see some shaft wear. Focus. Yeah. And for the screws, I'm gonna be painting them later on. Those could be done afterwards. So let me start painting. So guys, let's start painting. So guys, as you saw, we have given the first coat of paint. One coat is enough. This is the visible portion of the blades. This is the exterior. First I'm going to be finishing the other portion of the blade. This is done. Flip the cover. I need to flip this as well. Some touch up is there, but not big deal. And here you can see all scratches, everything. This paint sits in really good. Still a little work is there, really little. Let me get work. So guys, I'm gonna do all the flipping and sitting around it. Guys, the whole fan is dried. Now let's take its parts and put them on the paper. We'll remove all the tape. Everything's gone well, successfully. Let's put the tape here. Remove the masking paper. Luckily no paint went on the winding. God bless, we are successful. I'm gonna series test it, don't worry. And what else we need to, so we need the shaft. I'll assemble the shaft in that, and then I'll assemble it here. I'll see you when I assemble it. So guys, I've completely assembled the motor. I'm gonna be doing all the connections right now, and I'm gonna be starting the rest of the assembly. At least I'm gonna start to assemble the hub and the assembly. Let me take this cover. I need to start fixing this and all the other stuff. So I'll see you once I fix the connector and all, everything. So guys, I completely assembled the motor, tested it, everything works as it should. Now the only thing left is I'm going to start assembling the blades. That's going to be a really tedious process. I'm not going to shoot that. It's not worth doing that much time. So I'll see you guys when everything is properly done. So guys, blades has been completely assembled like OEM, strong. Looks like 500-gram blades itself. So let's mount it on the motor, and then we'll mount it on that frame and test out. And I have the motor label as well, printed it out. Did a lot of R&D, but let's fix this. So guys, everything is ready. Let's assemble the fan. So guys, I've successfully completed the Transair project. You can see I got the logo done, and the fan is completely assembled. So now it's time for what you all have been waiting for, is the test for the fan. First thing, let me remove the paper. So guys, as you can see all around the fan, the Transair logo is good scratched, as you all know. So I will plug the fan in. It should work. So the fan's blades, one of the blade apparently got bent, so it's not attaining, it's wobbling. So the fan isn't attaining full speed because it's on a lowered platform. So in a second I'll raise it up. So guys, one blade was a little off. I adjusted it. Now let's see how good of an airflow this guy gives. Let me lift it up again. And yes guys, before I lift it up, I'll put this quarter pin in the motor. So heavy. Yep, the motor screws are missing. You know, they weren't even there when I got the fan. So let's slide the quarter pin through. So guys, quarter pin split. Now we just need to add some just finishing neatness touches. You know, some paint. Perfect. Perfection. Full silver fan. The original company color which this fan came in, I saw, this was too greasy, so I couldn't make out the color, but I saw other fans in our apartment. Those were grayish, a greenish gray. You know, that's a very weird color. I don't understand why such color is required. And now, the fan is perfect. Let's check for wobbles. And see it wobbles. It could also be due to the fact that this blade isn't seated properly, so I'll check that. So guys, now I'm gonna show you this view of the fan all around. So let's switch it on. To get the best airflow experience, you need to raise the fan, and the fan did get hot in just these less minutes. So now I'm going to give you a better view, from the lower portion of the fan. So guys, I'm going to give you this angle of the fan working. So let me switch it on. You guys saw. Now let me give you another. So guys, this is the second look. Let me switch it on. So guys, you can see this is properly working. The fan is giving zero troubles. Let me flip it around and give another last look, and let's end the video there.